Where's the summer gone? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophia. Today I just wanted to do a really short, quick video on my top things to have for free motion. If you want to start free motion, I have a beginner's workshop that I will link below. It's an online workshop. But yes, I wanted to show you all the little nifty things that I use for my free motion. I will link everything below. Everything is available from our website, and I even do like a free motion kit that you can buy to go with the workshop. But I just wanted to show you my top things, just in case you don't want to pay for the workshop, or you want to use up maybe some things that you have at home and you just wanted to have an experiment. That is all good too. But yeah, here is what I use. Okay, so my first essential tool for free motion is these Fiskars embroidery scissors. I have gone through about 4 pairs. They last a long time. I get them sharpened, but after a while they just get a bit gross and a bit old. They are so sharp. They are sharp all the way to the point. And I love them. They are the best scissors I've ever used, and they're brilliant quality. They last a long time, and you need a sharp point for cutting out really tiny pieces, and I find these fit in my hand really nicely, and I can get those tiny little details out really easily with these. Next one is a question that I get asked all the time: what thread do you use for your free motion embroidery? I use Gutermann polyester thread, 100% polyester sew-wool thread. I tend to use darker colours, just because that's my style, and polyester sew-wool thread is the best. Your thread is under a lot of tension with free motion embroidery, and I find the cotton threads, when there's too much friction on them, because they are cotton, they sort of like get a little bit fluffy and they snap more easily. Polyester thread doesn't do that. It's a lot smoother, it's a lot silkier, because it's made of polyester, and I just find it lasts a bit longer. So even though I do use different fabrics, I always use Gutermann sew-wool polyester thread. The next thing is the holy grail of free motion embroidery, if you learn from me: Fondaweb. Fondaweb is glue-backed paper, iron-on glue-backed paper. It's fantastic for tracing really tiny pieces, cutting them out, making your appliques really neat and concise and perfectly sharp. And then you don't need pins to hold your pieces on. When you're doing free motion, my method is just all free movement. The whole point of it being free motion is that you can go in any direction, anytime, without restriction, and pins get in the way. Fondaweb gets rid of that, and it means that the pieces that you have down are permanently stuck down to the fabric, so they don't move, they don't shift. And so even if you haven't sewn one perfectly, because with free motion there is no such thing as perfect, it will still stay there forever. Another thing like Fondaweb I always use is something called Stitch and Tear. The Fondaweb and the Stitch and Tear I use are all Visaline brand. They are the best. Don't use anything else. The Fondaweb is a spray glue. The glue is evenly distributed, and the Stitch and Tear is a very good quality. I wouldn't recommend anything else. But yes, Stitch and Tear is a rippable stabilizer, so you can do your free motion, you can draw on it, you can trace it, and then once you finish sewing you can rip it all off, and so all that's left is your thread work on your fabric. Fantastic. Last thing, base fabric. I am very picky about my base fabrics with free motion embroidery, mainly because it needs to be a really stable base, because you are putting a lot of tension, you are putting a lot of thread work on top in like layers, so you need your base fabric to be very stable. I use calico for 90% of my free motion work, as my bases. If it's thin, I might stabilize it with some iron-on interfacing. I have used things like linens and like upholstery fabrics in the past, just for whatever medium I'm working with. But with things that are quite open weave, it does get a little bit tricky, and sometimes it can make your free motion look a bit messy. Whereas I find like a tightly woven natural fabric like calico is just really easy to work on, and your machine copes a lot better with it. So yeah, medium weight calico. I use unbleached because I just like the look of it. That is a base fabric I always use for my free motion. So yeah, there is just a few little tools and supplies that I always use for my free motion. So if you want to dabble in it and have a go, do. If you want to attend my online workshop, I will put all the links below. I am also probably in the next couple of months, because I want to have like quite a lot of content pre-filmed. I am going to start my Patreon. To start with, I'm only doing a free motion Patreon, because I just want, once you've dabbled in your free motion, I just want to bring you like new little monthly fun projects to get stuck into, so you can keep experimenting and keep having fun with your free motion, so that it stays fresh and fun. So I'm really excited about that. I've got loads of ideas, but I just need to start all the content. And now that I'm a bit in limbo, where the sewing school's closed, my new studio isn't ready, I'm sort of in this like midway point where I can't do too much of what I want to do because I don't have the space. But I'm really excited about all the things coming. So yes. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Comment below if you have any questions about anything. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on my weekly videos. And I will see you next week for another video. Happy handmade, everyone.